Mount Lushan, the leisure paradise and sacred cultural mountain with a long history, one of the spiritual centers of Chinese civilization. In 2016, President Xi Jinping visited Jiangxi province and praised Mount Lushan as a leisure paradise with a long cultural history, which highly summarizes the essence of Lushan culture. Mount Lushan is located in the northern part of Jiangxi province of China, with the Yangtze River to the north and the Poyang Lake to the east. There are areas of fantastic natural beauty, including running waterfalls and brooks, shifting mists and fogs, and a stunning quaternary glaciation remains. Elegant Western-style villas are scattered among the mountains. Mount Lushan has been bestowed such titles as one of the first World Heritage Cultural Landscape of China, a UNESCO Global Geopark, a national park, a national 5A tourist attraction, and one of the top 10 famous mountains in China. A strong historical inheritance and the deep cultural roots make this a cultural sacred mountain. Long-standing poetry culture. Mount Lushan has a long cultural history. Many men of letters, Buddhist masters, hermits have stayed in here. More than 4,000 men of letters ascended Mount Lushan and produced more than 16,000 poems and verses and 1,000 stone inscriptions. You can enjoy the fantastic landscape and lofty sentiments described by President Mao Zedong when he ascended Mount Lushan. Perching as after flight, the mountain towers over the Yangtze. I have overlooked 400 trysts whose green crest. Great and profound Confucianism. The White Deer Cave Academy, which is on the 7th foot of Mount Lushan, is the top of 4 famous Confucius academies of ancient China. Zhu Xi, a distinguished educator and thinker, promoted Neo-Confucianism in here. It represented 700 years Neo-Confucianism development trend in China. Innovative Buddhism culture. Signification of Buddhism started in Mount Lushan. Initiated in Lushan East Grove Temple, the Buddhism Pure Land sect emancipated Buddhists from overlapped Sanskrit teachings and started a unique Chinese Buddhism culture. Long history of tea and spring water. Tea Saint Lu Yu of Tang Dynasty compared famous springs at the time. He ranked Gu Liang Chuan spring #1 in China. Lushan Cloud and Fog Tea is a famous traditional green tea and one of the top 10 famous tea in China. It was selected for royal family in Song Dynasty. Good tea attracts guests. Mount Lushan, the leisure paradise and sacred cultural mountain with a long history, is looking forward to your visit.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome one and all to the International Day for Disaster Risk Reduction, bringing up the theme of living in harmony with geohazard. This year hybrid event is aimed to support the attempt to reduce the disaster's risk, as well as contributing to achieve the 9th, 11th, as well as the 13th, the Sustainable Development Goals. So, ladies and gentlemen, this spectacular event is brought to you by the Rinjani-Lombok UNESCO Global Geopark, which is located in Lombok Island, West Nusa Tenggara, covering the area of 2,800 kilometers squares. And also we are collaborating with Lushan UNESCO Global Geopark, which is located in Jiangxi Province, China, covering the area of 500 kilometers squares. So, ladies and gentlemen, on this virtual event as well, we are joined by the Vice Governor of West Nusa Tenggara. Also, we have the Deputy of Tourism and Creative Economy coordinating Ministry of Maritime Affairs and also Investment. And before we go on to the next agenda, without further ado, we would like to welcome and also listen to the opening remarks, which is going to be delivered by the Vice Governor of West Nusa Tenggara. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the one and only Dr. Siti Rohmi Jalila. The time is yours.
Okay, thank you. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Honorable Dr. Ainun Naim PhD, Sekjen Kemendikbud Republik Indonesia, yang terhormat Profesor Arif Rahman, Ketua Harian Komisi Nasional Indonesia untuk UNESCO, yang kami hormati Honorable Profesor Sabaskan, Direktur UNESCO Regional Science for Asia and Pacific, and also Bapak Odo RM Manhutu, Deputi Bidang Koordinasi Pariwisata dan Ekonomi Kreatif, Kementerian Koordinator Bidang Kemaritiman dan Investasi. Ladies and gentlemen, Alhamdulillah, thanks to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, today we can meet virtually in this forum. Due to the global pandemic, it enforced us to learn to use technology for our daily work. Ladies and gentlemen, I clearly remember when the earthquake disasters destroyed us, our homeland, West Nusa Tenggara, in 2018. Almost every day for months during a year became a dark situation for us. Everyone was scared and afraid, like nothing to know what to do. Indeed, we don't want that happen again, destroying us. Geographically, we live in a geohazard land with potential of disasters. We cannot avoid it. This is our destiny. One thing that I want to highlight that geohazard is not to be scared and afraid of, yet it is the thing that we have to face and learn how to live in harmony with geohazard. Educate the people about it is the key, and technology is one of effective instruments to provide information and knowledge for our society. Therefore, we initiatively developed a mobile application called Siaga NTB in West Nusa Tenggara, wherein everyone can find information about the signs of potential disasters and what to do to deal with that. The Siaga NTB applications provide lots of information related to disasters, and you can download it in the Play Stores and application stores. Ladies and gentlemen, in addition, we commonly initiate friendly disaster curriculum included in the subjects of educational content for our students at schools. It is aimed at educating our students to be familiar with disasters potentials and how to deal with that to save their lives during calamity situations. Moreover, we educate our society about disaster potential also through Posyandu Keluarga every month. Initially, Posyandu only served about help for baby and mothers, In West Nusa Tenggara, now we enlarge its services to include the content of disaster education to all family members within the society, and we hope the Posyandu Keluarga will be a center of education to solve health and social issues. Ladies and gentlemen, many more ways we can do to educate our society to understand and aware of geohazard potential in our homeland. For example, this wonderful event initiated by the Geopark Rinjani team, like student competition, virtual seminar, and many more. Those are very creative and educative initiatives. We highly appreciate it. Finally, I would say thank you very much to the Ministry of Education and Culture of Republic of Indonesia, UNESCO, keynote speakers, and all stakeholders involved for your unwavering support to success these events. Hopefully, it will be a great contribution for West Nusa Tenggara, for Indonesia, for our planet, to the better future. And again, Rinjani is our home, our lives. We must love, understand, and maintain it for our future generations. All the best. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much, Dr. Siti Romi Jalilan, Vice Governor of West Nusa Tenggara, everybody. And the next speech, we are going to move on to the opening remarks that will also be delivered by the Deputy of Tourism and Creative Economy, Coordinating Ministry of Maritime Affairs and also Investment. Please welcome Mr. Odo R.M. Manuhutu.
Yang terhormat Menteri Pendidikan dan Kebudayaan RI, yang terhormat Gubernur NTB, yang terhormat Prof. Arif Rahmat, Ketua Harian Komisi Nasional Indonesia untuk UNESCO, the Honorable Head of Chinese Global Geoparks Network, the Honorable APGNT Coordinator Prof. Jin Jiaoxi, the Honorable Lushan UGP Management Department. Selamat pagi dan salam sejahtera untuk kita semua. Puji syukur senantiasa kita panjatkan kepada Tuhan Yang Maha Kuasa karena atas rahmat dan karunia kita dapat hadir baik secara langsung maupun virtual untuk bersama mengikuti kegiatan memperingati Hari Pengurangan Risiko Bencana Internasional 2020 yang diselenggarakan oleh Rinjani-Lombok UGP melalui cara hybrid meeting. Kami menyambut dan mengapresiasi event hybrid ini sebagai upaya recovery sektor pariwisata selama masa pandemi, khususnya di Provinsi Nusa Tenggara Barat sebagai salah satu wilayah DBSP, di mana sebelumnya telah dilangsungkan Geotourism Festival. Ini sekali lagi menjadi bukti bahwa pandemi COVID-19 bukanlah suatu halangan untuk kita terus bekerja sama dalam membangun negeri, terutama dalam kaitannya pengembangan geowisata dan geopark di Indonesia. Bapak dan Ibu hadirin yang saya hormati, dengan keberadaan 5 UGP dan 14 geopark nasional hingga saat ini, serta sejalan dengan RPJMD 2020 hingga 2024 yang telah menargetkan terbentuknya 12 UGP hingga akhir 2024. Kita optimis dengan kesiapan dan sinergitas dari pemerintah daerah, pemerintah pusat, serta berbagai pihak yang saat ini juga sedang mengawal geopark ijen serta mengharus pangkat menjadi UGGP, menemani upaya kita lakukan geopark Belitung. Kunjungan kita pada minggu lalu ke DPSP dan Oktober, di mana terdapat IAGI Kaldera Toba, memperlihatkan bahwa masih terus diperlukan upaya pengelola suatu geopark untuk menjadi suatu world class geopark. World class geopark adalah geopark yang telah mampu memenuhi standar internasional, diantaranya mengembangkan 16 fokus area pengembangan, di mana upaya penanggulangan risiko bahaya geologi menjadi salah satunya. Mengembangkan fungsi dari Sustainable Development Goals, di mana kegiatan ini berkontribusi terhadap SDGs Goal ke-11, yaitu Sustainable Cities dan Communities, dan yang juga ke-13 mengenai Climate Action. Dan tentunya event bersama yang dilakukan dengan Lushan UGP China sebagai dua sister geopark pada jaringan geopark Asia Pasifik ini memperlihatkan bukti bukti pengembangan jejaring networking sebagai salah satu dari 4 dasar pengembangan geopark. Berkenaan hal tersebut, tentunya partisipasi aktif Rinjani-Lombok UGP untuk memperingati Hari Pengurangan Risiko Bencana Internasional telah dimulai sejak 1989 merupakan hal yang sangat positif. Bapak Ibu yang saya hormati, dengan keberadaan kita di wilayah rawan bencana serta pandemi yang sedang melanda dan semakin menyadarkan orang pentingnya mengelola risiko terutama bagi kesehatan dan kesejahteraan masyarakat. Marilah kita terus mengupayakan pengurangan risiko bencana secara berkala, tentunya untuk menjamin keberlanjutan geopark melalui kegiatan hybrid meeting dalam kaitannya dalam memperingati Hari Pengurangan Risiko Bencana Internasional 2020. To our friend Lushan UGP, we really appreciate this joint activity and hope to continue to improve networks and cooperation in geopark management in both countries. Sukses selalu Rinjani Geopark dan terima kasih.
Thank you very much, Mr. Odo R.M. Anugutu, the Deputy of Tourism and Creative Economy, the Coordinating Ministry of Maritime Affairs and Investments. So, ladies and gentlemen, before we go into our first speech, as the Vice Governor of West Tenggara has already mentioned, that educating the people about disaster risk reductions is one of the most important key to support this program, also this hybrid event to happen. And we are going to move on, everyone, with the opening remarks that would be delivered by the Director of Management Office, Lushan UNESCO Global Geopark. To the Honorable Mr. Shi Wang Li, the time is yours.
Together with Rinjani-Lombok Global Geopark, we have designed both online and offline activities. For offline activities, we held a poetry reading competition for the primary school students and an English storytelling competition for the middle school students. For online audiences, we will hold webinar sessions with Rinjani-Lombok Global Geopark to discuss various topics on geopark management, conservation, science, population, sustainable development, and geohazard prevention and treatment. We will also held mutual promotion of both geoparks.
线下活动，我们已经进行了小学生诗歌朗诵与中学生英文讲故事比赛。线上，我们将与印度尼西亚林加尼罗姆岛世界地质公园一起，就地质公园保护、科普和持续发展、地质灾害防治进行研讨和网上互推互鉴。
Today is International Day for Disaster Risk Reduction. It is a great honor for Lushan Global Geopark to co-host some joint events with Rinjani-Lombok Global Geopark to celebrate this special occasion.
在此，我谨代表庐山世界地质公园管理办公室，预祝会议圆满成功。
Today is International Day for Disaster Risk Reduction. It is a great honor for Lushan Global Geopark to co-host some joint events with Rinjani-Lombok Global Geopark to celebrate this special occasion. On behalf of Lushan Global Geopark Management Office, we sincerely wish the webinar a great success. Thank you. That's all.
Thank you very much, Mr. Xie Wangli, the Director of Lushan UNESCO Global Geopark Management Office. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to move on to the opening remarks that will be delivered by the Secretary General of the Ministry of Education and Culture of the Republic of Indonesia, who is also going to officially open the International Day for Disaster Risk Reductions, Living in Harmony with Geohazard. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please welcome the one and only Professor Aruna. The time is yours. Good morning, Professor. Are you with us today? All right. I'll be giving you the chance and time to give your opening remarks as well as open the International Day for Disaster Risk Reductions and officially open the hybrid event. The time is yours.
Selamat pagi, good morning, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Your Excellency Dr. Insinyur Ecek Siti Rahmi Jalila, Vice Governor of West Nusa Tenggara, yang saya hormati Bapak Odo Manuhutu, Deputi Bidang Koordinasi Pariwisata dan Ekonomi Kreatif, Kementerian Koordinator Kemaritiman dan Investasi, Mr. Xie Wangli, Head of Lushan Global Geopark, Bapak Profesor Dr. Arif Rahman, Executive Chairman of Indonesian National Commission for UNESCO, distinguished guests, speakers and participants of the IDDR 2020 conference, ladies and gentlemen. Again, selamat pagi and good morning. It is a great honor for me on behalf of the Ministry of Education and Culture of the Republic of Indonesia to express an outstanding appreciation for all of those who support the commemoration of International Day for Disaster Risk Reduction 2020 event. Today, while undergoing a new habit in the pandemic COVID-19, I believe that it is very important to think creatively about how to adapt the ways of conducting the event safely. We appreciate the initiative of the Rinjani-Lombok Geopark that organized a hybrid seminar to commemorate the International Day for Disaster Risk Reduction. Naturally, Indonesia has a high potential for disaster risk because Indonesia has the most active volcanoes in this globe, and a prone area to earthquakes because it is traversed by a meeting point of 3 tectonic plates. In addition, the tropical climate causes frequent flooding, landslides, extreme weather, as well as abrasion and extreme waves in some areas. Apart from natural causes, the rapid development and population growth has made Indonesia having potential threat of industrial accidents and disease outbreaks. In the context of the COVID-19 pandemic, large population is one of the challenges in dealing with pandemic disaster. Ladies and gentlemen, honorable guests, disaster mitigation education is very well known in Indonesia system of education. The Ministry of Education and Culture has formulated a roadmap for disaster mitigation education and implemented it gradually since 2004. The Ministry of Education and Culture, in cooperation with the National Disaster Management Authority, has prepared some modules and providing basic life skills training, which is the prior skills for disaster mitigation education. Technically, disaster mitigation education is integrated into teaching and learning activities. In developing the best disaster safe education unit, it is necessary to increase coordination and collaboration among stakeholders to optimize resource management, implement effective policies and strategies, and to implement integrated, systematic, and periodic monitoring and evaluation. We should be proud the implementation has been carried out by both the government and various non-governmental organizations, has given Indonesia the title of one of the safe school country leaders in the midst of 15 other countries in the world. This indicates that Indonesia has become the pioneer of the disaster safe education unit by making various innovative and strategic efforts. In an effort to actualize a disaster safe education unit, we currently have a safe school roadmap, National Secretariat to coordinate the implementation of the disaster safe education unit, as well as basic policies and guidelines that can be guided together. In order to realizing disaster resilient education requires comprehensive and child-centered efforts. Child-centered means that all efforts are made by understanding that children have specific needs in facing disaster hazards, and all efforts are made by inviting children to participate actively in accordance with their capacities and interests. At the school level, since 2017, the government of Indonesia has started to engage every school to regularly report the status of school disaster mitigation through a monitoring system that is integrated with the education information management system. Honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen, during the COVID-19 pandemic, the Indonesia government continues to ensure that learning policies during the pandemic are well implemented in the regions by paying huge attention and applying tightly the health protocols. This is a manifestation of pandemic disaster mitigation. Principles of educational policy during the COVID-19 pandemic include: first, the health and safety of students, educators, educational personnel, families, and communities are the top priorities in determining the learning policies. Second, student growth and development, and their psychological conditions are also considered in the fulfillment of educational services during the COVID-19 pandemic. Meaning that we put our huge efforts to assure that the learning process continues. Since March 2020, the Ministry of Education and Culture has provided initiatives and solutions during the COVID-19 pandemic, including the cancellation of the national examination, providing students and teachers with internet access, the allocation of the many of budget into the efforts to contain the pandemic, and also providing educational broadcasting using television, our national television and radio broadcasting. I believe we will have fruitful discussion in today's webinar to make contribution to the dissemination of knowledge and disaster risk reduction. On this pleasant occasion, I would like to once again wish you a successful celebration of International Day for Disaster Risk Reduction, and praise continually to God, Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, to giving us opportunity to hold this event. With honor and Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, I officially open this webinar of the International Day for Disaster Risk Reduction 2020. Thank you and stay strong and healthy. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much, Professor Aileen Naim, the Secretary General of the Ministry of Education and Culture of the Republic of Indonesia, for officially opening the International Day for Disaster Risk Reduction. So, ladies and gentlemen, therefore, this webinar, the International Day for Disaster Risk Reduction, is officially opened. And before we go on to our further webinar, which is going to be held just in a minute, I would like to give you a very special performance by our lovely fellows here in Lombok Island, Indonesia. Please welcome, here it is, our friends from Teman Baca.
Membaca tanda-tanda, karya Taufik Ismail. Ada sesuatu yang rasanya mulai lepas dari tangan dan meluncur lewat sela-sela jari kita. Ada sesuatu yang mulanya tak begitu jelas, tapi kini kita mulai merindukannya. Kita saksikan udara abu-abu warnanya, kita saksikan air danau yang semakin surut jadinya. Burung-burung kecil tak lagi berkicau pergi hari. Hutan kehilangan ranting, ranting kehilangan daun, daun kehilangan dahan, dahan kehilangan hutan. Kita saksikan zat asam didesak asam arang dan karbon dioksida itu menggilas paru-paru. Kita saksikan gunung membawa abu, abu membawa batu, batu membawa lindu, lindu membawa longsor, longsor membawa air, air membawa banjir, banjir air mata. Oh. Kita telah saksikan 1000 tanda-tanda. Bisakah kita membaca tanda-tanda? Allah, kami telah membaca gempa, kami telah disapu banjir, kami telah dihalau api dan hama, kami telah dihujani api dan batu. Allah, ampunilah dosa-dosa kami. Beri kami kearifan membaca tanda-tanda. Karena ada sesuatu yang rasanya mulai lepas dari tangan, akan meluncur lewat sela-sela jari. Karena ada sesuatu yang mulanya tak begitu jelas, tapi kini kami mulai merindukannya.
What a wonderful performance by our friends from Taman Baca. So everybody, that was the end of the opening ceremony of the International Day for Disaster Risk Reductions today. And we are going to move on to the webinar that in this lovely occasions my fellow moderator will be taking over by Mrs. Suryani Ekawijaya. But before that, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to present you with a very special glimpse of our beautiful islands, Lombok Island. Thank you very much for joining us here on the opening ceremony of the International Day for Disaster Risk Reductions. I am Muji Hussein, to say goodbye to you all. I'll see you next time. I wish you all a great day.